It's the Channel Mom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
Brought to you by Therapon Skin Health, helping moms have healthy, youthful-looking skin for 20 years.
First, let me give you my commentary this morning. I'm going to get a little bit personal in this one, and it's all about some things that have happened to give me some perspective here in the last 2 weeks. And you know, I want to be honest. I'm not the only one that's been given perspective in my lifetime. We've all had those perspective-giving moments when we get perspective. Isn't that right, Shelley?
And they come.
They do. It is life. Often they are brought about by tragedy. 9/11 was one of those moments that gave really the whole nation some perspective, which frankly I wish we could have kept. I have had some perspective givers over the last several years, frankly, but also in the last 2 weeks. Perspective is almost always a positive word when somebody uses it. They always say, you know, I've got new perspective, and that incident gave me perspective, or I've got a better perspective. It's almost always used in a positive way. And you might ask why. Well, here's why. When you get perspective, you remember what matters. You reset your priorities. You pay attention to the important things. You treat people better and pay attention to the people in your lives. But you know what interrupts that great perspective? Something that I like to call busyness. Do you ever notice what happens when you ask somebody how they are now? You call them up on the phone, or you see them on the street, or you see them at the store. You say, how are you? Oh, I'm busy, just so busy. And literally, that is one of the most common answers I receive from people. And there's so many ways to be busy now. I Facebooked this week on Facebook.com/ChannelMom. I really would love any mom and or dad out there to come in and comment about things that are unfolding in your life as parents. But I commented on Facebook the other day that I have so many ways to communicate. I can't stand it. I'm tweeting. I'm on Facebook. I'm doing emails. I'm receiving texts. I'm answering my cell phone. I'm answering my landline. When I was growing up, there was one phone with a cord, and that was it. You know, it wasn't like I even had a pager at age 9. You know what I mean? I had one phone with a cord, and that was all that interrupted my day, you know? And now, you know, there's 6, 7, whatever, right, Shell? Ways to communicate. So I expressed to other moms on Facebook that was concerning me, that we're all just so busy that literally we'll turn to our kids and say, sorry, mommy's busy. I'm texting. I'm receiving an email.
I think in a twisted way, though, the busyness makes us feel more important.
Oh, probably. And so it's kind of hard to give up. That's a very, very good point. Anyway, when I was lamenting this problem on Facebook, every mom who wrote in agreed with me. They said, it's too much, you know, let alone trying to raise my children. And some of them are doing jobs outside of the home as well as being a mom inside of the home, and trying to cater to their spouse and trying to volunteer and do special events, blah, blah, blah. And so there's just so much going on. Busy, always in our cars, so on and so forth. You know, I also talked to a mom on the phone this week who apologized for not getting back to me. She was blaming busyness. And when I asked, do you want to be this busy? She said no. You know, she said no. Right. So when we get busy like this, what happens? I will tell you what happens. We lose that great perspective. We forget how much we love our kids, or how much we want to spend time with the people we care about, instead of snapping at them in the middle of trying to send a text. Literally, I think just about all of us have been caught doing that, you know, Facebooking or whatever, and saying, oh, not now.
Just a minute.
Yeah,
honey.
Exactly. I mean, I know I do it because I'm online doing stuff for the show and for the website. We forget that we wanted to work on our marriage, or we wanted to call our mom and dad, or we forget that we wanted to spend some time with that little old lady down the street who seems to have no one to pay attention to her. We forget that we wanted to go back to church, or help the homeless, or be kinder to our coworkers, or maybe leave a legacy. We forget all that stuff in the midst of our busyness. And I want to tell you this morning that busyness is a killer. It kills perspective. It kills priorities. It kills families. It kills communities. It kills relationships. It kills kindness, and it even can kill love. It's just the truth. It's this horrible, you know, nefarious thing, I think, that goes on.
Even if you're busy doing good things.
That's right. That can be a killer too. So for the days when busyness is getting me down and making me snap at my kids and making me pull away from my proper perspective, I have come up with a saying, and here it is. I'll let you borrow it. Anybody out there today, if you want to borrow this saying, go ahead. Here it is. I can only do what I can do, and God will do the rest. When I say that out loud, I calm down. I remember what God's priorities probably are. They're not to Facebook all day. So I calm down. I remember what his priorities are, and I feel better. I remember that he doesn't want me necessarily to Facebook all night and ignore my kids, or watch TV and ignore my spouse, or order those new boots online instead of calling my mom. And so I urge every single person out there today, mom, dad, single person, child, who's ever listening today, I urge everybody out there today to do one thing this week, just one thing, to reject busyness and to accept that great perspective that you once had when something serious happened in your life and it pulled you out of the busyness to get that fabulous perspective. I challenge you just one time this week, and I need to do it too. So I'm not telling anybody else that they have to do something I'm not going to do too. Please do not let those busy days steal your precious moments, ones that you can never, ever get back. And this commentary this morning is dedicated to my friend, Fire Chief Jeff Davis, who passed away this week. And I knew I wouldn't be able to get through that.
You did. You did it.
Yeah. So that was what gave me perspective this week, is losing a friend. And you know, he was one of those people that did not lose perspective. I mean, he told his whole staff what mattered. You know, he was one of those people that put God first, family second, your outside job third, and then your volunteer fire job fourth, because he got it, you know. And I watched him continually give to his family and to his church and to those in the community. And instead of letting busyness interrupt his life. And so that's why I wanted to get dedicated to him, because, man, he deserves it. There will be a lot of firefighters from all over the state this coming weekend to honor him at his funeral. So God bless Jeff Davis and his family.